We had Bruce Flanders as a speed rider. He was better announcer, a great announcer, but he tried his luck in Speedway. Skip Kennedy, Skipper, was racing the Siggy, was racing sexy Jeff Sexton. He was racing all the top stars. Scott Reed was a Speedway rider on his JAP. Scott Reed had a couple crashes. He was a good rider. Big Bob Hendrick, he's a supporter of Speedway today. And then we had Don Cullum. He was a good rider. We had the JAP rider. And then we had AJ. AJ was a racer, good racer. We had the unknown muddy racer. We had lots of mud in those days. And then we had number 14 at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. We had lots of crashes in the 70s. We had Bruce Hazarat. We had lots of D2, D3 riders all over the place. There's Fairchild with one of his riders there. We had lots of sliding in the 70s. We have Dave Sims. Dave Sims was a good rider. He raced for the Ventura Sharks, and he was just a good, solid rider. And then we had Terry I. Clatton, the announcer at Costa Mesa. We had Tom Burba. Tom Burba worked his way up from D3 all the way up to D1, and he was competing against the best riders. Tom Burba was a good rider for sure. And he was a good guy. I'd see him at Cody's. And then we have Bert Harkins. Bert was a good, solid rider from Scotland. He wore the kilt. He could race against the best of them. Mark Churf was a good racer. He was a good rider. Then we have Denny Scopoletti. He was a good, solid rider. He's helping the riders today. We had Pat Smith. Next, we have Ron Stewart. He was a rider that was good back in the day. He sponsored Danny Berserko Becker. Always a Danny fan. Mike Maley was the son of Ken Maley, and he raced a little bit in the 2000s. Mike is a good guy. Steve Lowowski, and you had Dennis Armstrong. He was a good rider. And then you had Stu Egley. Stu Egley was a true legend. He was a good rider when he was young, and a cute girlfriend too. Stu raced Bruce Penhall, and he raced me too. He beat me in D3, and he raced against Kenny Longren. Fred Sidner, rest in peace. And then we had Stu Morley. Stu was a good rider back in the day. He raced against all these top riders. Stu Morley was a rider. And then we had the Huckins brother, Rick and Dan. There's Rick and me. There's Dan. Dan was a good rider. They were just racers. These Huckins, they rode the JPs. Don Cullum, he was a rider back in the day. And then we had Ron Taylor. I bought my first leathers from Ron. He was a good rider. He wasn't a top rider, but he could race. Those leather pants were mine.